We've moved past the era where cars are designed based solely on functionality. In recent years, for a car to be widely accepted, it must pass a functionality test, show great luxury and class, and be super ingenious to qualify as a standout. Hello there and welcome to First Lap. In this video, we'll be talking about 6 of the most innovative cars in the industry that were so ingenious that you can't help but wonder where the creators drew inspiration from. This iconic British roadster is arguably one of the most innovative cars to ever hit the road. It became even more famous when the great and mighty Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car in the world. The E-Type was produced between 1961 and 1974. The E-Type was not just a beauty, it was a beast on the road. Designed with a 4.2-liter engine capable of 150 miles per hour, it was one of the fastest cars of its time. The design was based on the D-Type race car from the 50s, and the styling was highly innovative. It was the car every celebrity wanted. The E-Type would even beat the Aston Martin DB5 in the race for the king of the market. Why was it so outstanding? With its long contoured nose, a double exhaust placed centrally, and a surprising launch price around $5,700, it was red hot in the market. A glorious sight to behold, and up until this day, it is still considered one of the greatest car designs of all time. Without a doubt, the E-Type was the epitome of luxury and class. It ultimately raised the bar of what trends in the market. This British roadster is one of 6 automobiles to be permanently in the New York City Museum of Modern Art's design collection and has earned a position on our list today. This little bad boy rose to the status of the most influential passenger car in the world, and arguably the most popular too. Why? It was incredibly stylish, light on gas, and of course, you didn't have to spend a fortune to live the dream of owning one of these. Interestingly, no one thought the Beetle would make it to be so successful, not even the manufacturers. See, it was produced during a time of war under the leadership of Adolf Hitler. Still, between 1938 and 2003, Volkswagen sold over 20 million models of the Beetle, making it one of the most popular cars of all time. In 1950, it rose to be the best-selling car of the decade, with a market share of 40%. So why was the Beetle a standout? Unlike the normal boxy design cars that came then, the Beetle took on a very interesting shape. In addition, it was lightweight and easy to drive around in an era where heavy cars dominated the market. It also introduced one of the first German import cars into the US market. The Beetle came in to change the narrative, and it did just that. It was really sad to see that production was discontinued in 2003. However, the Beetle remains one of the best-selling cars in the history of the automobile. Want to see an original? Book a trip to Wolfsburg, Germany and enjoy the luxury of seeing this work of art sitting gloriously at Volkswagen's Auto Museum. The first modern supercar. The Miura might not be in the New York Museum of Modern Art's collection like the E-Type, and it can't brag about high sales numbers like the Beetle, with production ending before 1,000 units were in the market, but here's why it made it to our list. At its debut, the Miura was the fastest production car in the world, with a top speed of 171 miles per hour, and could accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 6.5 seconds, which, quite frankly, was a little too much at the time. Nevertheless, it redefined the concept of the sports car. Not only did it mark a turning point for mid-engine supercars, but it had exceptional styling too. The Miura was unlike anything the world of cars had ever seen. Equipped with a quad-cam V12 placed transverse and behind the driver, it took over the spotlight and made everything from its Ferrari and Aston Martin competitors look outdated. Although at the time, it would easily go for $20,000. Today, factor in inflation, and you need an estimate of $1 million to walk home with this engineering masterpiece. It is a long-standing rumor that Enzo Ferrari tagged this sweet piece of innovation as the only true American sports car. But even if Mr. Ferrari didn't say that, the Willys Jeep marked a turning point in the production of Jeeps. The Willys Jeep was inspired when the US military needed a vehicle that was light, rugged, and could move on rough roads. Until this point, it is still known as the American icon of the Second World War. As a military vehicle that was designed for the US soldiers fighting in World War II, it was built to withstand weather elements, and throughout the war, 363,000 Willys Jeeps were built. Why did it make it to the list? Was it dominating the market? After the Jeep proved to be a massive success in the war, many people started to think of other things they could use it for, and by the end of the war, Willys had started production for sales in the global market. The Jeep could reach a top speed of 65 miles per hour and go 300 miles on a single tank of gas, and could tow 1,000 pounds. This automobile saw action all over the world. The Willys Jeep had many titles during its time due to its impact, including the world's first mass-produced civilian four-wheel drive. Even General Eisenhower described it as one of the most important vehicles of the war. Very few automobiles can brag about creating a whole different type of vehicle. Still, without the Willys Jeep, there's a good chance there wouldn't be any modern Jeeps or SUVs. Designed by the talented and legendary Gordon Murray, rumor has it that he'd been working on this design for 2 decades, and in 1992, this beast came to life and was hungry for action. The McLaren F1 could boast a lot of things. Firstly, it was rare. There were only 64 units on the road at the end of production. The McLaren F1 was the first of its kind to be equipped with a carbon fiber chassis, which each took about 3,000 working hours to make. Designed with a 6.1-liter V12 BMW engine, the F1 generated more than 620 horsepower and easily accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds. These weren't the F1's only outstanding features. Murray worked with McLaren's engineering team, and together they were able to add some futuristic elements to the F1. The F1 was so crazy, it even came with a gold-foiled lined engine bay. Yes, real gold, 16 grams of it. The list wouldn't be complete without an electric car, because they're the new buzz in the industry. The Model S started this revolution, first launched in 2012 with two versions, the Signature and the Signature Performance. Both were equipped with 85 kilowatt batteries, with the Performance version making 416 horsepower. Currently, the cheapest version of the Model S travels from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, with the performance-oriented Plaid version attaining the same in under 2 seconds. In addition, it has one of the best self-driving techs in the industry, and can even change lanes automatically on the highway and park itself. With the promise of future software upgrades to the Model S, it's hard to predict what's coming next, but it'll definitely be electric. Now it's your turn. Which one of these crazy innovative cars amazed you the most? Please share your thoughts in the comments, and while you're at it, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I would be honored if you hit subscribe. I talk about cars and the latest developments in the car industry that you wouldn't want to miss. As always, thanks for watching.